Hi friends, welcome back to Complete Medical Coding, a complete CPC learning channel. Today, let's discuss few more human body structures. Anatomy, Part 7. Let's start with the digestive system. It initiates with palate. Palate is the roof of the mouth. The roof of the mouth is called as a palate and it consists of hard palate and soft palate. Hard palate is the front part, whereas soft palate is the back part of the mouth. Then comes the pharynx, nasopharynx, oropharynx and laryngopharynx. Nasopharynx is the upper part of the throat behind the nose. Oropharynx is the middle part of the throat behind the mouth and it includes the soft palate. Laryngopharynx, also called as hypopharynx. It is the most caudal portion of the pharynx. Caudal means tail portion, end portion of the pharynx. Then comes the salivary glands. There are three glands under the salivary glands: sublingual, submandibular and parotid. Sublingual gland is also called as glandula sublingualis. It's a seromucous exocrine gland. It is the smallest and most diffuse of the three major salivary glands. It produces thick mucinous fluid and lubricates oral cavity. All the three glands function is to lubricate the oral cavity and produces saliva. Then comes the submandibular gland. It is the second largest gland and it produces saliva. Helps to keep the mouth and teeth clean. Parotid gland is a major salivary gland. So there is a large major salivary gland. It is located in front of the ears, both the ears. Produce saliva to keep the mouth lubricated. So out of the three salivary glands, parotid is the major one, submandibular is the second largest, and the sublingual is the smallest of all three salivary glands. Okay. Then comes the esophagus. Esophagus is also called as food pipe that connects pharynx to the stomach. Stomach is an important organ and the most dilated portion. Liver. Liver is located under the rib cage and the right side of the abdomen. Its weight up to 1.8 kg. And liver produce substances called clotting factors that helps the blood flowing well. Gallbladder. It's a sac located under the liver. It stores and concentrates bile produced from the liver. Duodenum. It's the first part of small intestine. Absorbs nutrients and water. Common bile duct. It's a tube that carries bile from liver and gallbladder. Pancreas. Pancreas is located behind the stomach. Produces pancreatic enzymes that break down sugars, fats and starches. Jejunum. It's the middle part of small intestine and located between duodenum and ileum. It absorbs sugar, amino acids and fatty acids. You can just look into the picture. Everything is in the order. And digestive system is very easy to learn, as everybody knows. Only few anatomical terms that you need to remember. Then after jejunum, it comes the ileum. It's the last part of small intestine that connects to the cecum and it helps to further digest the food. Cecum, first part of large intestine that connects small intestine to the colon. Absorption of large volume of water and electrolytes. Cecum helps in the absorption of electrolytes and large volume of water. Then comes the colon. There are four parts of colon: ascending, transverse, descending and sigmoid colon. Just look in the picture. Colon initiates with the ascending colon. That is also called as right colon. Ascending colon is also called as right colon because it is located in the right part of the body. It's the beginning part of the colon. Then comes the transverse colon. Transverse colon is a segment of large intestine. It's the longest and most mobile part of the colon. Most mobile part of the colon is the transverse colon. Then comes the descending colon. It's located on the left side of the body. That's why it's called as left colon. Second to last section of the colon, sitting between transverse and sigmoid colon on the left side. Main function is stores food. Food remains. It stores food remains before they pass to the sigmoid colon. Then comes the sigmoid colon. It's a terminal portion of large intestine before the rectum and it stores fecal waste. Then the food moves into the rectum. Rectum is the end of the colon. It stores fecal waste, absorbs excess water. Then there's a small organ called vermiform appendix. Vermiform appendix is a muscular structure attached to large intestine. It helps in proper movement and removal of waste matter. Then comes the anus. It's the end of large intestine. It's the place where large intestine opens to outside for the disposal of fecal waste. So that's all about digestive system. It's a very easy part and it's an easy human body structure. Now let's move on to urinary system. That's also another simple portion of the human body structure. What is adrenal gland? The main thing that you need to remember under urinary system. Okay, adrenal gland. Adrenal gland is an endocrine gland located at the top of the kidneys. It produces hormones like cortisol, aldosterone, and adrenaline. Okay, so adrenal gland consists of two parts, cortex and medulla. Cortex produce hormones that control sex, androgens and estrogen hormones. So cortex produce hormones that control sex. It helps in salt balance in the blood. That hormone is called as aldosterone and helps in sugar balance. Hormone is called as cortisol. So which are the sex organs? Androgens and estrogens. Salt balance in the blood, aldosterone. Sugar balance hormone, cortisol. Okay. Then comes medulla. Another part of adrenal gland is medulla. Medulla produce hormones involved in fight or flight response. Which are the hormones that produce medulla? Medulla produce which type of hormones? Medulla produce hormones like catecholamines, adrenaline type hormones like epinephrine and norepinephrine. This is an important part, medulla. It produces hormones like catecholamines, epinephrine and norepinephrine, which are adrenaline type hormones. Okay. Renal artery and renal vein. Renal artery helps in supplying pure blood, means oxygenated blood to the kidney, whereas renal vein removes the deoxygenated blood, poor blood from the kidney. The same function of arteries and veins. Okay, renal artery helps in supplying pure blood, oxygenated blood to the kidney, whereas renal vein removes the poor blood, deoxygenated blood from the kidney. Renal pelvis. It's an area at the center of the kidney. Urine collects here and funneled into the ureter. Renal column. Column of Bertini. Renal column is also called as column of Bertini. So you can see in the picture where is the renal column. One side from both the kidneys, right and left kidney. The left kidney, it's the internal part is mentioned there. Like a cross section of the kidney is shown. There you can see renal column, also called as column of Bertini. It's the medullary extension of renal cortex. It contains blood vessels, urinary tubules, and fibrous material. Left and right kidneys are located on the left and right side of the backbone, as everybody knows. And these are also the area or the location where the kidneys are located. That area is called as flank. Ureter. Ureter is a tube that carries urine from kidney to bladder. Bladder stores urine from kidneys and urethra lets urine leave your bladder. This is also another simple portion, urinary system. Now let's discuss about male and female genital system. First, male genital system. What are the main parts of male genital system? Just look into the picture while I am explaining. Vas deferens. It's also called as ductus deferens. Another name for vas deferens, also called as ductus deferens. It's a long muscular tube that transports mature sperms to urethra in preparation for ejaculation. Seminal vesicle. There are two small glands. Seminal vesicles are the two small glands that stores and produce majority of fluid that makes up semen. Epididymis. That's important. Epididymis. It's a coiled tube attached to both the testes It stores sperms for maturation and transport it to vas deferens. Swollen epididymis is called as epididymitis. If the epididymis is swollen, that anatomical term is called as epididymitis. Testis produces spermatozoa, synthesizes male hormones like testosterone and androgens. Prostate, it's a small walnut-shaped organ, creates fluids in semen. Prostate or prostate gland, okay. Then what happens if prostate is or prostate gland is enlarged? Enlarged prostate means the prostate gland has grown bigger, and that medical term is called as BPH. It's also important. Benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH. You may get it as short forms only in the questions. I'll take a separate anatomical section, anatomical episode for short forms. Then scrotum, it's a bag of skin that holds and helps to protect the testicles. The temperature of testicle needs to be cooler than inside of the body because testicles is the place where sperms are produced. So this is why scrotum is located outside of the body, because of the temperature maintenance, as it needs cooler temperature than inside of the body. Then bulbourethral gland, it lubricates the spongy urethra for the passage of the ejaculation. Now another two important terms, corpus cavernosum and corpus spongiosum. What is corpus cavernosum? It's one of the two columns of spongy tissue that runs through the shaft of penis. It helps to facilitate penile erections. Corpus spongiosum, it runs through head of the penis and it surrounds the urethra. It contains blood vessels that helps make an erection and keep the urethra open during erection. So these are the two important columns of penis. So that these are the main important parts of male genital system. Now let's look into female genital system. It consists of ovaries, uterus, uterine fundus, fallopian tubes, infundibulum, fimbriae, etc. etc. So ovaries. Ovaries is the place where eggs form and female hormones like estrogen and progesterone are made. Uterus. Uterus, another main body of uterus. The name of main body of uterus is called as corpus. It's a hollow pear-shaped organ. Uterus is a hollow pear-shaped organ where fetus develops and grows. There are three linings or there are three tissue layers of uterus: endometrium, myometrium and perimetrium. Endometrium is the inner lining and consists of functional and basal lining. Myometrium is the muscle layer which is composed of smooth muscles. It's the middle layer. Perimetrium, another name is serosa. It's the thin outermost layer composed of epithelial cells. So three lining of uterus: endometrium, inner layer; myometrium, middle layer; and perimetrium or serosa is the outer layer. Uterine fundus, it's the uppermost and widest part of uterus that connects to fallopian tubes, that connects uterus to the fallopian tubes. Fallopian tubes are the tubes or channels for oocyte, means egg, oocyte transportation and fertilization. If both fallopian tubes are removed, that procedure is called as bilateral salpingectomy. Salpingectomy means removal of fallopian tubes. I'll take a separate episode for ectomy, anatomy ectomy. Okay, then infundibulum. It's a funnel-like portion of fallopian tube closest to the ovaries. Fimbriae. Fimbriae is the finger-like projections at the end of fallopian tube, which is closest to the ovaries. And the function is it catches the egg produced during ovulation. Cervix, lower narrow end of uterus that connects it to vagina. It allows fluids, means menstrual fluid, to pass from the uterus to vagina. Vagina provides passage way for blood and mucosal tissue, and it's a passage way for childbirth. can just look into the picture. It has mentioned all the 3 linings of uterus and all the major parts of the female genital system. So friends, that's all for today's episode, Human Body Structures. We have learned about digestive, urinary and reproductive system. Few more body structures are pending, which I'll be taking in the next episode, upcoming episode. So friends, if you like the video, please support me and please like and share and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. See you in the next episode. Bye.